Alright, welcome back to the video tutorial series for PowerLeads Pro. In this video tutorial, we're going to be covering the proxy settings, and in order to access that menu, we're going to go into the menu, select Settings, and then the first two tabs we have here is Connection and Proxy. Now, the only time you need to use a proxy, there's a few different circumstances where you'll actually need to use one. If you're going to be searching using the Manta plugin, it always has to have a proxy turned on every single time that you search using the Manta plugin. If you're going to be doing any high volume searches with Yellow Pages or Yelp, and high volume being say more than 1,000 leads in a 24-hour period, it is then suggested that you use a proxy. If you're only going to extract a couple hundred leads in a day from Yellow Pages or Yelp, then you do not need to have a proxy turned on. Last but not least, if you're using the feature Gather Additional Business Info, please make sure you have a proxy turned on. So, for example, if we just finished the search and we wanted to use the Gather Additional Business Info feature, we'd want to come into the settings here, then we'd want to click on Gather and Refresh Proxy List, and you must always do this anytime you want to use proxies. So, for example, if we just restarted the software and we're doing a search and then we want to rather use Gather Additional Business Info, or if we want to do a search with Manta, we must come here first and click on Gather and Refresh Proxy List. This will allow the software to know which proxies are good and which ones are not good. If you're going to be searching Manta plugin or using Gather Additional Business Info, the proxy must support cookies and it must support Google or not be blocked from Google already. Now, we strongly encourage all customers to please use their own proxy source. The reason we say that is the proxy source we have here is a free and shared public proxy list that we gather. Now, if you have your own list, you can rather use a private proxy list, or you can find your own sources of proxies that maybe or perhaps aren't shared or aren't as popular, so there'll be less chance that the proxy servers will be down, or the proxy servers will be slow, or the proxy servers will actually be functioning. So if you want to import your own list of proxies, from this menu here, we're just going to right click, select Import Items, copy and paste in our proxy list in this format. The IP would be first, followed by port number, putting in the colons in between each one, username if there is one, and a password if there is one. Just like this, IP, colon, port, colon, username, and pass if that's applicable. Next, once we have that done, we just left click in the box to the right, select OK, and then our proxy list will be added to the software. Now, in order to use a proxy, if you wanted to use a proxy to search Manta, after we have conducted this Gather and Refresh Proxy List check, we're going to come back to the settings, check Use Anonymous Proxies, and then click Close, and then rather access the Manta plugin or Yellow Pages or Yelp, or use the Gather Additional Business Info feature. Hope you enjoyed this video tutorial. I'll see you in the next one.